I have this really long tweet thread from Carroline Orr Bueno. She's a behavioral scientist at University of Maryland. Left-wing activists are responsible for 2% of murders committed by political extremists in the US over the past decade. Right-wing activists are responsible for 74% over that same period. And if you look more broadly at terrorist attacks, not just extremist murders, right-wing attackers committed a third of domestic terror attacks between 2010 and 2017. Another 33% were unidentified ideologies or unknown or non-ideological. Only 13% were attributed to left-wing ideologies. She says a 2022 study that used two different data sets found that, quote, across both data sets, we find that radical acts perpetrated by individuals associated with left-wing causes are less likely to be violent, end quote. And she points to a CSIS report, hardly a left-wing organization, that found that the number of far-right terrorist attacks quadrupled in the US from 2016 to 2017 alone. She cites the Anti-Defamation League, who released a study that found that fucking 90% of murders in 2021 had ties to right-wing extremism, right? And in contrast to this, in 30 years of anti-fascist action in the US, there's only one recorded attributed fatality. And it was in 1993, and it was a dude who was a fucking Nazi who took the bullet, okay? It's like, you shouldn't conflate objectivity with neutrality. You know, if you follow the evidence, there's no societal threat from the left, and there's a big societal threat from the right. And the thing I wanted to point out with this thread is how consistent this data is with my own research on left and progressive foreign policy stuff. Like, the biggest difference between the left and liberal internationalists, for example, is a commitment to anti-militarism. So, like, other than self-defense, violence is not an effective means of pursuing democracy or equality or peace, all of which are like bedrock convictions of the left, right? But violence does serve reactionary goals extremely well. And so when we talk about like left and right populism, right, those are completely different phenomena. They happen to have the same word in it, right? But it's completely different threat profiles. Like left populists, I said this on Twitter weeks ago, like left populists want to use democratic means to achieve democratic ends, right? Right populists want to use any means necessary to achieve power and status hierarchies,